Another good week. Guys are certainly motivated, excited about starting conference play, about being at home again. Was really pleased with the energy and tempo of our practice this week. No real injury updates, I don't believe. So the guys I talked about on Monday. Alvante Woodard rolled his ankle a little bit today, so we'll see. I mean, it was a non-contact, obviously, on Thursday. So I'll find out where he's at. But other than that, the guys I talked about on Monday are still the same guys. Questions?
Coach, I know you guys were kind of still battling for the cornerback position, kind of opening up. Who will be your guys on Saturday?
Well, Jalen certainly, and then we'll probably rotate. Josh Thompson will play there. Deshaun Jameson, Anthony Cook, Kobe Boyce. I mean, those guys will probably. I hate to say they're all going to get reps because things change in a game, but they're all kind of in the mix right now.
You have an idea who'll roll out with the ones at least to start off?
Not yet. I haven't talked to Todd about it yet.
How do you feel about just the backup running back situation? Do you still have Rowe number 2, or where's Danny?
Yeah, Roshan would be number 2. Danny had a great week, so kind of maybe a number 2, if you will. But yeah, he'll get some reps.
What changes with the start of conference play from non-conference, where this is what everything's working towards? These are the games where Bowlesby does get ready to start handing out the trophy.
Nothing. We've got a saying around here: we ain't changing. We do what we do, and hopefully we prepare every week like it's a conference championship game. I just don't think there's any other way to do it, and our guys are bought into that.
You've kind of talked about, said this Armageddon thing, scariest environment imaginable. You sort of dealt with that a little bit with LSU. So how does having played in sort of a similar game like that kind of, I guess, affect you going forward, having been in a situation?
Yeah, I'm not sure we knew that LSU was going to be that good offensively. But as I said after that game, I think having played that game, win or lose, we're going to be better for it. That kind of environment, those kind of bright lights, that kind of anticipation, and then certainly the skill, especially offensively. We're not going to be. I don't want to say we were surprised by LSU, but we certainly won't be surprised by Oklahoma State. We know how good those guys are.
What kind of a rivalry is Texas-Oklahoma State developing into, especially given the recent history in 2008 with them last win for you guys here? What is this?
Yeah, well, recent history would tell you we haven't held up. If it is a rivalry, we haven't held up our end of the bargain very well. But it's obviously we've got a huge historic rival in Oklahoma, and then every game in the Big 12 is big for us, and to say that one is more important than the other, I'd be lying to you. But I think because of how good they've been over the course of the last decade, I think it's certainly, we perk our ears up every time we have an opportunity to play them.
Tom, I know you talked about this being one of those empty the chamber kind of weeks. How do you make sure, though, when you get what you want out of practice, but your guys haven't already kind of mentally played the game by the time you get to Saturday?
Yeah, I don't. We talk about the preparation around here doesn't stop until the foot hits the ball at 6:35 or whatever, and then you cut it loose and you let your training take over at that point. So I don't think the guys will have expended too much mental or physical energy. And I think the good thing is you never want to look ahead, but I think they also know that we can kind of take a deep breath the following week. And so, if there ever is a week to empty the chamber, You know, you're not gonna have anything. You know what are you saving it for? You know, we don't even play the next week.
Keandre kind of mentioned Tuesday that he's sort of feeling himself now. He's feeling a lot more confident. Have you noticed maybe a mental shift in him at all over the last few games?
Yeah, I think he's playing more aggressive, which is good in his position. I love me some Keandre, man. He's got a great motor. Obviously, he's a very talented, powerful, explosive player. I told him just the other day, actually, that if he continues on this path and how well he's doing off the field academically, all that stuff, it would not surprise me if he's a captain at some point in his career.
It seems like with him and just talking to him, it seems like
Isn't he fun to talk to?
Yes, he's amazing. He
Yeah.
really is. And I asked him, is it the learning curve of thinking that you can play versus knowing that you can play, and how you make that jump?
What did he say?
He just said he said I was guessing a lot and trying to not mess up, as opposed to go make the right move. And it's like that only comes with time.
Yeah, and I think that's common for young players, and it's something we fight all the time. Is don't worry about mistakes. There's never been a perfect game played. There's never been a perfect game coached. So stop trying.
Mm-hmm.
Just go really, really hard. Do the things that you're coached to do. Have your, we talk all the time, assignment, alignment, technique, and effort. That's it. 2 things are pre-snap, 2 things are post-snap. Know where you're supposed to be, know what you're supposed to do, know how you're supposed to do it once the ball's snapped, and give fanatical effort, and the rest will take care of itself.
Coach Orlando said there's no such thing as a 50-50 ball with Talon Wallace. It's more like 90-10. And he also said that he's let the cornerbacks know, hey, they're probably going to come gunning for you. So what do you tell your cornerbacks? Do you have to tell them, hey, this is the week you have to have a short memory? Tell them don't worry about mistakes, but you have a guy that's that dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to catch a pass Saturday night. I would bet on that. And we've got to limit the damage, certainly of his touches, get him on the ground when he does, and live to fight another day. And I think they know that. I think there is, it's no secret we didn't play very well at that position in the last time we saw a team with this kind of ability, and so the thing that they've got to understand is they're out there for a reason, because we have confidence in them, and they need to have confidence in themselves, and everybody in the entire organization knows that they're probably going to complete a few passes, and we've just got to do our job, live to fight another day, and if it's because of a mistake, certainly never let a second mistake follow the first one. Talk about going every now and again, you're going to go 0-1. The key is responding and making sure you don't go 0-2.
Time for 2 last ones.
The first.
How many times do you think you've said that in your career?
This is my 48th this year. So.
With this being the first Big 12 game of the year, is there any kind of setting a tone for the rest of the conference schedule? You want to? Is it any mindset, like bigger picture than that with the Big 12 opener?
Nope.
Last question.
Real quick on the corners. I mean, Jalen Green is the only guy that you talk with authority about. And I wonder, is that because you feel like he can do it? He just needs some seasoning and some more time to get there.
Yeah, I've seen him do it. I think he played really well against Louisiana Tech. That was a very, very good passing offense.
Right.
And he played well. Played well at times against LSU. Obviously had some,
But he mixed it up.
Corners. Yeah, and corners are like umpires, right? You don't ever want to know their name. The only time it seems like you know where they're at is when a ball gets caught on them, and so those are going to happen. But the thing people don't want to talk about are the other 75 plays that he played well.
Right.
So we've got a lot of confidence in him, and he's earned that trust through how he's practiced throughout spring ball, how he's trained in the off season, the training camp that he had, and then we've seen him do it, under the lights.
And I was going to ask about these other guys. He said if he's here, I mean, where are they at in terms of, well, you think they're good, but they just need more seasoning, versus, well, I don't know if they're going to get there.
We know they're good, and we know that they can do it. It's a matter of them believing it. Yeah, and so there's an art to that as coaches to make sure that they understand how confident you as a coaching staff are in them, but not getting their head too big that they don't come to work every day.